All right, guys, welcome. We're going to be covering the World Athletics U20 Championships in Nairobi, hosted in Nairobi, Kenya. On this 2021, we had day one results in the morning session. Hopefully, this sound isn't overpowering, but yeah, definitely, you guys should check out the morning, the opening ceremony. It's a little bit hard to find, but you can find it on online right now. So, with that being said, let's get into today's action. Like I said, it is day one, the morning session. And just as a quick note, it's going to be really hard to find these races. I'm a little bit, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not. I'm a little bit disappointed that let me turn that off. Let me, that they took down the streams, but that's kind of expected. So you can find them by bits and pieces at different YouTube channels and everything. I'm glad I got to see everything live, but yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate that they did take that down. So before I get into today's action, as always, we got to be covering these athletes. It was hard to find the pictures for them, so I'm just going to be doing the baseline coverage here because man, it's just kind of crazy how it's difficult. But you are watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We're going to be covering championships and things like this all the time. So if we find something, we're going to try to cover it as best we can. Obviously, the afternoon session, you got to check that out live. For some reason, I turned on all notifications and it still didn't pop up on my screen for World Athletics. YouTube just, however they do their filtering system, because that's the only channel that I have. Especially, I'm not even really subscribed to many channels on my YouTube channel. So here, let's go through the results. Let me open this in a new tab. Hopefully, you guys are feeling good this morning, afternoon, or evening. So here's Heat 1. India kind of ran away with it. They winded up. Now, they did get chased down on their final leg. Jamaica was leading off. So let me just describe the race here. Jamaica was leading off on this leg from the first leg. It was a 47-22. They actually had the exact split that they put out. 47-22 on the first leg by Hansen. And then they went off to Aaliyah Baker, as you can see the names here. And yeah, she kept the lead. And by the third leg, India and the Czech Republic winded up taking over. Poland was just out of it from the beginning. Sri Lanka did okay for them. And they started off with Getachew. DQ. Interesting. Yeah, they started off at a deficit because they started off with a woman first instead of a man first. And then from there, they were just blown out the entire way, unfortunately. So they never got back in. They did start closing down on certain legs, obviously, when it was mixed up. But yeah, that didn't even work. Very interesting that they have two dots here for their first names, or maybe his last names or middle names. I don't know how that would go. But yeah, there you go. They had set a championship record in Heat 1. Jamaica, okay. Now, I don't see how they actually finished ahead of India. I mean, Poland, because it seemed very, very clear. Might have been a shoulder or something like that. They got ahead where they got the chest right there. But it seemed really clear. If you go back and look at that race, and I was going to bring it up here, but I'm a little bit nervous that they would do the copyright strike or something like that. So I don't even want to play around with that right now. But you can find it on Sri Lanka Athletic, not Athletics, on their page, and you can watch that. It's a recording of a recording. So Sri Lanka Athletic page. I don't think that's the official one, because if it is, it could be, but they may or may not have the rights to it. But they were clearly recording over the audio of the audio. So Jamaica's last runner, Uter, he winded up just jogging in. Now, The announcer then she said, "Oh, it looks like he was dying out." I'm like, no, she tried to make it seem nicer when they did the replay. No, he was slightly dying out, but then he jogged in. He thought he was safe. It was the top three automatically, and then the next two best times to go through. And I don't know, they're just fortunate enough that heat was pretty quick. Sri Lanka winded up making it through, like I said. So that was kind of crazy. Nigeria came by in the second heat, set improved upon that championship record by almost 2 seconds. So they're looking pretty good. Now they look spent in the picture afterward, but nah, they were just comfortable. They were cruising around with this one. Then Italy and South Africa. I'm actually surprised that well, here we go. Kenya got DQ'd. Why is it Ethiopia and Kenya getting DQ'd? They right next to each other, sister nations, or brother nations, as it were. Whichever way you want to look at that. But yeah, I'm a little bit surprised Kenya didn't make it out. Like I said yesterday, I would say that they have a strong history of at least getting some 400 runners. So with that being said, I want to point out something that it is a very interesting way that they have these heats. You notice the mixed 4x4 is here, and then they got the 400s later on the same day. Now, I guess they had to figure out how they were going to do it, but some of the same athletes, particularly from Nigeria, will be running in these 400 heats. We're about to see how they did in just a second. Now, here we go. As the results in the women's 100, let me pull that up in the background. We're going to go to the men's 100, women's 400, and then the men's 400. Now, I do got a question. What song is this, guys?
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, because I'm curious. I like this song. I thought I heard this. This was the opening ceremony, so you all should watch that or listen to it.
Kenya.
So, with that being said, let's turn that off and let's get into it. So, Rutherford looked pretty dang good. Camille Rutherford, from she runs at University of Houston, by the way, for everybody that doesn't know. I don't know where everybody runs. There's a lot of collegiate athletes, some athletes from high school, other athletes that may not represent anybody right now, and they're just not in high school, not in college, or anything like that. So if you're looking for all of those, I don't really know. All right. But at least for Rutherford, I do know that she does compete, and here she is on the left for University of Houston. And she actually got this pretty easily, right? There's some LSU athletes also competing here. So she represents the Bahamas. She qualified by time, so she got first for Bahamas. Maria for Romania got second, and then Dominican Republic, Laringi winded up getting third, and then Andre from Lithuania got fourth. And I thought that they were going to get shafted for being in these outside lanes, Maria and Laringi, but they wound up making it through. So that's pretty good. 11:59 the qualifying time. It's going to be real interesting when I get here. So Praise Ofuku, she winded up winning Heat 2 for Nigeria, 11:65. Karika Hill, same exact time, 11:65 from Jamaica. Joanna from Finland in third, and then Chacon of Guatemala in fourth. Automatic qualifying time, Monica from Poland. So she got 12 flat automatic qualifying time. Interesting. So this one, they got the exact same time. Obviously, it came down to the hundredths of a second. See, you see even the reaction time from Hill was a little bit better, but then Ofoku winded up winning. I like how they even give you the reaction time. Now this one is going to be interesting, and so part of this, I'm going to say, if something happens here, they're going to ban even Masilingi and Mboma. All right, because I think if they run way too fast they are going to just ban them. I've already had a feeling with it. People are arguing with me in my Discord or whatever, but I think if they run way too fast, especially because they have more testosterone, which is why it's even more weird that they're pushing them down to more explosive events that rely on testosterone. So, what do you guys think about that? Because Beatrice Masilingi from Namibia, do you see this? 1120. So that is a national U20 record. All right. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting. All right. I don't want to stick on it too long, but Masilingi looked completely good. Did you even see the form? If you guys see this, if you guys get to see this before or after, look at the form. I'm like, wait a minute. When did the form improve like this? So have they been playing around and then somebody said no, they have always had the form? I'm like, no, not this. This form is way more improved. Even look better than God Bless from Nigeria. Like this was just too good. So I'm like, are they playing around or something like that? How do you improve your form just that much in such a short period of time? That's not how things work, right? So maybe I'm getting confused from Mboma and Masilingi. So I will concede that I might be getting confused between the two athletes because one of them runs really ugly, the other one runs okay, right? So here's Gutsmith, winded up getting third for Switzerland. Nigeria's God Bless got second. Ellard, Charlize Ellard of South Africa got fourth. And then Anna from Finland, automatic qualifying time, 11:85 in fifth. So here's Heat 5. Tina Clayton, she going to have some work out for her because, yeah, the 11:50, she's going to have to run a new PR. And I'm going to say it now. If Masilingi breaks 11 seconds here, I guess that wouldn't be too out of pocket. But if Masilingi breaks 11 seconds, some eyebrows are going to be raised, and they might start trying to push the bank. I cannot get around that because if they are running this, especially if Masilingi is running this fast, this early, like this, I think it's going to be because I mean you have other athletes that run faster. Obviously, Richardson has the that record at 10:75, right? But I think if they're looking too good, they just might bang. Okay, that's my take because this happened with Semenya. Anyway, Tina Clayton wins in heat 4, 11:50 for Jamaica. Eva of Czech Republic got second. Uh, Victoria got third. Gaia got of Italy got fourth. 2 automatic qualifying times. Isabella and Madani of Sri Lanka got fifth and sixth. All right, from Canada and Sri Lanka. So those are all the automatic qualifiers. So now it's just top 4. So first, Ivana from Serbia, Trinidad and Tobago's Leah. That's what I thought. Actually, I thought she might have, I think, originally won, but she didn't. Czech Republic's Lucy in third, and then Magdalena of Poland in fourth. So here's the summary right here of all of your qualifiers here. And we're going to go over the heats after that. Oh, here's the semifinal. Actually, let's go straight into how the semifinal is going to look because they actually show us what the lane assignments are. Here's a semifinal, heat 1, right? So it's the first 2 plus the next 2 fastest time to go to the final. And actually, I like this format. They make it very easy. It's so much better than the one for the Olympics page. So anyway, in lane 2, Madani. In lane 3, Magdalena. In lane 4, Ivana from Serbia. In lane 5, Maria from Romania. In lane 6, Lirangi of Dominican Republic. Tina Clayton in lane 7 of Jamaica. We have Joanna of Finland in lane 8. And then Czech Republic's Lucy in lane 9. So what do I see coming out of here? Like I said, I think Clayton makes it out. She ran the 11:50. Unfortunately, they don't show their heat times in this. This is going to be very interesting. I think the easiest one to call here is Clayton, and then I'm going to go off on a limb and really just say Larangi makes it out as those two. Now, this is going to be very interesting in this heat right here because in lane 2 we have Monica of Poland, 3 Andre of Lithuania, 4 we have God Bless of Nigeria. In lane 5, Victoria. I don't know what this is. This flag. That's why I don't say it. In lane 6, we have Beatrice Masilingi of Namibia, Karika Hill of Jamaica in lane 7, Gaia Bartello of Italy in lane 8, and then Melissa Gutschmidt of Switzerland in lane 9. This is going to be, man, this is going to be heartbreaking because I want to see some of these athletes out, but it's only 2. So I think God Bless is probably going to be heartbroken or it's going to be Hill. But I think it's going to go Masilingi and Hill 1-2. Masilingi and Hill 1-2. Gutschmidt and God Bless, they're going to be fighting for those next spots. That's what I think is going to be most likely to happen. So we got Anna of Finland in lane 2, Isabella of Canada in lane 3, Eva of Czech Republic in lane 4, Camille Rutherford of Bahamas in lane 5, Praise Ofoku of Nigeria in lane 6, Leah Bertrand of Trinidad and Tobago in lane 7, Charlize Ellert of South Africa in lane 8, and then Chacon of Guatemala in lane 9. So with that being said, look, give me this one. I'm much better today on these names than I was yesterday. I don't know what the heck is going on. I think I really recorded, I think 8 or 9 times. And then I just was so tired. Even my voice was just down. So Rutherford makes it out pretty easily. I think that is just straight and away just the easiest one to call here. Trinidad, Tobago, and Nigeria, I think they're going to be fighting for it, but I give Ofoku because she just looked so good in her heat. But I think Rutherford, Ofoku, and Bertrand are the top 3 in this one right here. These 3 right here. And it's good that they are next to each other. I don't see anybody else doing it. So now let's exit out of this. So here is all of the results of the men. So we got 6 heats here. Hopefully my audio is good because I noticed they keep saying music playing, and it might change up the thing. So, okay, the winner, Godson, okay, Ogun Brume, which, like I said, is S.A. Brume's younger brother, which she winded up getting bronze in the long jump at this Olympics, and then she's the world championship silver medalist in the long jump. So just keep that in mind for Nigeria. So winded up getting 10:35. All right. He's one of the athletes that runs for LSU as well. So he's running for LSU. You're going to see him compete this next year. Going to be very interesting. So they got some good people at LSU. Ogun Brume, 10:35 qualifying automatic. Then we got Canada's Almond Small in second. And then Romero of Nicaragua, I think, in third. There you go. One thing I want to say here. So look, you see this reaction time for these athletes right here from Brazil and Iraq. So Fala Al Kazali, look, this dude took out on him. And it's unfortunate because he was leading the race up until about 60 meters. And then he really just kind of faded hard. Well, about 45 meters, I'll give him that. And then the transition started to happen. And then at about 60 meters, he faded hard. But he had the best start out of the entire field. They were almost like a blanket start, but he was above them right there. Watch that race. That was interesting. I was like, dang, this guy from Morocco is gonna make it out. That would have been pretty interesting if he did. Unfortunately, he didn't. So second heat. See, we have Montagna from Cuba, 10:4, season's best here, with the winning time. He also had the best reaction time. Wendell Miller of Bahamas in second, 10:51. And then Argentina's Thomas Medino in third. In Heat 3, Botswana's Tobago, 1022, which is a U20 record. I think that's a national U20 record right there, 1022. With that being said, we have Uganda's Oregot in second, and then Elephant of South Africa in fourth. Automatic qualifier here, Gerardo Ponce of Mexico. I'm just going to use my American accent instead of trying to change it up. I'm too far gone on this one. So here's E4. Benjamin Richardson of South Africa wound up getting 1028 to automatically qualify. Here are your top four. Jamaica's Cranston made it through. Qatar's Khalid made it through in third. Ulysse Angelo of Italy, right? Made it through in fourth. Here your and he's one of your time qualifiers. And then Botswana's Mendoza or Jason wound up getting fifth as your time qualifier. In Heat 5, we have Oliver or Oliver, depends on how that W is pronounced, of Poland in lane 1, 1044 with the winning time. Matteo of Italy in lane 2, or second, actually, not lane 1 and lane 2, first and second. And then Grenada's Nazio John winded up getting third. And here are your time qualifiers. Batusta of Argentina in fourth, and then Ieno of Finland in fifth. So Brian Level of Jamaica, here's your final heat right here. We got one qualifier by time. So Brian Level of Jamaica winded up making it through, looked pretty relaxed, I say, 1043. Hungary's Dominic in second, Carlos Brown of Bahamas in third, and then Balushi of, I don't know what country that is, in 5 with the time qualifier. So here are your semifinal heats right here. Here's Heat 1. Let me look at this right here. Batusta, Angelo, Almond, Alik, Tobago, Oliver, Romero, and Oliphant. That's your 2 through 9. Let me see who I think is going to make it through. Cranston might wind up making it through, so I'll give a lean to that. Tobago, this is going to be very interesting. Small Cranston, Tobago, I think they have the favorites. Oliphant may actually upset here because it's the first two plus the next two fastest times. This one is actually a hard to call with that one, but Tobago, I got to give him the favorite here. Cranston, it's just going to depend on how they pull out their times, right? They might pull out their times and they have one of their good days because of the afternoon session and the morning session, or they might pull out a time and they don't have their best day. Because even though Tobago on paper has the best time, right, that doesn't mean that he could pull it out at the correct time. That's why I said for Jamaica, I would say Cranston to look out for him because he looked pretty okay. So with this one being said, let me give it here. We got Yono, Ali, Level, Richardson, Miller, Maluzu, John, and Modino. And that's your 2 through 9. And if I got to say this one, Richardson is probably well in the way going to take this one. Level looked pretty good. I'm going to say those two. But don't forget Italy's Maluzu right there. So this one is going to come down to, I think, a start and then who doesn't break down at the finish. The start is probably going to determine first. And then when it comes to second and whoever might qualify by time, it's probably going to come down to that finish. But this is going to be very interesting here. And then I'm going to make sure that hopefully I can record over this afternoon session because I didn't realize they were going to just take down that stuff. We might have the athletes or people in the Discord if you're interested in that, or on the Patreon. We'll just show up those races there because I don't want to have to wait a whole year or two for them to post these races up like they typically do. I know it's good marketing for them to lead up and hype things up before the championships, but as far as that, people like to see the things now. But anyway, we got Heat 3, the final one. Ponce, Mendoza, Argot, Ogunbrume, Montoya, Ilamsky, Brown, and Khalid. That is your 2 through 9. I'm going to give Ogun Brume. He's the favorite coming into this competition in general. So Ogun Brume, I'm giving him that one out there. And then it's going to be close between everybody else. Orgot, they've actually put the fastest people close in these lanes. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all lined up as the fastest people here in the heat. So I can't call the other ones. It's a little bit too close. Our guy from Uganda is looking good. It would be crazy if a Ugandan athlete made it into the final, especially because they're even more of a distance nation than Kenya and Ethiopia. It'll be just like if Kenya and Ethiopia got somebody in the 100. Obviously, Kenya's making strides at 100, getting in 9, 8s now. But Ogun Brume, Nigeria is a kind of a sprint-ish nation. So here we go. Let's go to the 400s. So here's the women's 400s. Here's your first, second, and third, because those are the qualifiers. Cornelia of Poland winded up getting first in a 52.63. Ella Clayton, I am so glad that she made it out. I said I didn't know if she was going to do it. That's crazy. I wonder if Annalie Robinson, I don't think she winded up running the mixed 4x4, but she could have run that. And I thought she might have run a little bit faster, but Clayton, I'm glad she winded up making it out of here because yes. So Ella Clayton of Canada made it out. And then Tatiana of Ukraine winded up getting third at the next fastest time. So Onika Mekanov winded up running a 54.13 to make it out for Jamaica. And then South Africa's Malepo Precious, or is it Precious Molepo? Interesting. Precious seems more like a first name, even from people that I've met in from the continent. So, yeah. But anyway, winded up getting second. Those are your 54.13. Now, here's very interesting. In Uko, I'm just gonna say that because y'all know I struggled yesterday. I'm like, man, is this an Igbo name? Is this a Hausa, Delta, or something like that? Somebody tell me from Nigeria because there are people from Nigeria that listen to the channel. I don't know if they're watching these videos though, but yeah, winded up getting first in a 52.33, ready for that final. And then we got Sylvia Chalangat, winded up running the personal best. 53.49. What I tell y'all about Kenya having these 400 runners. Now, this one is a little bit more a surprise to some people because they probably didn't expect her to run that good. So she wound up getting second. And then we got Priya Mohan with a 53.79 from India. Now, India is a very strong team this year in general. They got a lot of people coming back from that have had medals and everything. They have I wonder if they're going to get some of the most medals at this competition if you include the field events and all of these like that. This is going to be very interesting. USA, I think they said because of the C COVID thing, said they're not sending anybody, which is really unfortunate and just doesn't make any sense. So, but anyway, that's your 1, 2, 3. Oh shoot, I forgot to do the heats for the finals. Let me do that really quick. Because that's going to be the afternoon session here. Let's do the final and see how this one goes because their lane assignments are going to determine a lot too. All right, we loaded this one up. So in lane 1, we got Tatiana, 2, Priya, 3, Onika, 4, Sylvia, 5, Cornelia, 5 or 6, Uko, 7, Ella Clayton, and then Malepo in lane 8. Now, what do I think is going to happen? Very interesting that they put Uko in lane 6. I don't think that the U20s can request a lane, but because of how this is set up, maybe she's going to be running kind of blind because the other people that are similar speed to her, even though she's about 0.3 of a second outside of the Cornelia, of similar speed or could potentially challenge her at the start or sometime mid-race are going to be all on the inside. So she's going to run blind, which actually might make her run even faster because she's going to be like, yo, they can eat me up or something can happen here. So I think Uko's going to come away with the win, probably going to have a new PR, like a 51.5 or below. And then Sylvia Chelangat, I think she might get third or fourth. Onika has got to hold it together to try to get Cornelia of Poland. And she's going to have a good lane position inside because she's going to have the stagger that she can make up on Kenya and then wind up seeing Poland's athlete in lane 5. So that's going to be something there. I think but anything can happen. Obviously, this is U20. So anything can happen in these races. It depends on how many of these athletes actually ran in that mixed 4x400 meter relay, because I think Uko is going to be running the finals of the mixed 4x400 meter relay this evening. So let's go to the men. We got 3 heats here, 2 plus the next 2 fastest times. So let's go through this. First, with a national U20 record, congratulations, 45.63, Luis of Mexico winded up winning. Italy's Lorenzo winded up getting a 46.28, and then Zambia's Muzala winded up getting 46.45 for automatic time qualifier. So that means nobody else makes it because it's only 2 fastest after that. And then Michael Roth of Canada wound up making the final with and fourth with a personal best of 46.51. Now, Jeremy Brimbridge didn't finish from Jamaica. I'm just going to brush over that one. All right. Then we got in the heat 2, personal best 45.88. They just getting faster and faster. Botswana, Anthony Pasela, South Africa's Anthony in second, and then Kenya's Elkanah Chamelu. All right. That's why it's unfortunate that they got DQ'd in that mixed 4x400 meter relay. Look at this. We got another Kenya athlete. I'm telling y'all, they have good 400 athletes. They just got to get it to the next stage where they're going to be on the senior level running 44 lows and getting into the 43s. I'm telling you, they got it. Now, here are your qualifiers. And unfortunately, he didn't make it through. 46.79 for personal best. But, and it's unfortunate because he winded up running faster than his teammate and he didn't make it through. So South Africa's Life Pillay winded up getting 46.45 or 55 for the win in heat 3. And then Kenya's Kennedy Kimui, 47.05 season best. So it's unfortunate how they went. Bamidele Ajayi, I'm actually surprised of Nigeria that couldn't make it through. Another Jamaican athlete couldn't make it through in this 400 either. So this is going to be very interesting. Here's the final with the lane selections. Now, if Kenya winds up getting oh yeah, I forgot. This is also high altitude. Don't forget this. High altitude can actually adversely, gotta adjust my mic now, can adversely affect athletes in a positive or negative way. To my understanding, the high altitude can help the sprint events, at least the short sprints, and then hurt anything that needs more oxygen and whatnot, like the distance events. So this high altitude is going to be affecting these events a little bit differently. I got to look at how it affects the 400 actually, because it does require a lot of speed endurance with that. So in lane 1 through 8, Muzala, Michael, Anthony, Life, Anthony, Luis, Lorenzo, and Kennedy. So because of how this lane assignment is, they got the 3 fastest people right next to each other. I got to say it's pretty much wrapped up right here. Unless there's a surprise from somebody else, like Anthony can come in because he has his faster teammate on his outside from South Africa. They might go 1-2, 1-3, right? 1-2 or 1-3. You got the fastest people, all that broke 46 right here. And some of them, like Botswana's athlete winded up breaking it in the semis. So this is going to be interesting. But I think they kind of wrapped it up by putting the fastest athletes right next to each other in 4, 5, and 6. Due to this, I think Pele has the favorite. But if it comes down to that finish, Pasella might actually be able to out muscle him. And that's all I'm going to cover today on the U20 Championships. Definitely come in and watch the finals. Like I said, they're going to be going on pretty soon. They're not going to be hosting and keeping up the videos, unfortunately. So they're going to host the live and then they're going to take it offline. So if you want to see something like the 100 semifinals, the 4x4 mixed relay finals, the 3000, the pole vault, the shot put, heptathlon, and everything, definitely check that out while it's happening live because they ain't gonna post it up later. Peace out. And thank you all for any super chats, donations, or anything that you've done during this. I'm probably going to host it as a premiere again. So check you all later.